Sup everyone, it's your boy, Casual Talk here. Today I'm going to be talking about how black people as a group isn't ever going to get anywhere or get it together. To sum everything up, the reason being why black people as a whole isn't ever going to get anywhere as a group in America, and why we are still heavily encouraged to live as a stereotype today, is because the media and society sees us as inferior. So they believe that we should basically be divided and be removed from social dynamics when it comes down to careers, and careers that dominate a lot of white people, Asian, Indians, etc. Okay, other than black people. And that could just be the end of the video, but it's more than that. It is more than that. It's not just the media that's encouraging it. It's people that are the contributors, the buyers, the watchers, the consumers that continues to invest in the black stereotype in America. And the reason why there's so much corruption, so much chaos, that most black people in general is not going to get together and see eye to eye and be like, hey, there's a problem. There is a problem with black people in general. We are divided as people. We are divided as a group, and that shouldn't be the case. Racism is dividing us. People that are insecure and biased, they're making it about race. It's also dividing us. Ignorance is dividing us. The white man is holding me back. Stereotype is dividing us. I put this thumbnail here so people could understand where I'm coming from. You have the stereotypes of the baby moms, the baby dads, baby daddies, the Keishas, the hoes, the thoughts. And you have the stereotypes, the good girl, or the good black girl, the nerdy black girl with the nerdy black guy. They're going to automatically be with nothing but white counterparts or white partners. You have the Pookies and Ray Rays that are a menace to society. There's a division. It's every man for himself in the black community. I understand that every race of people as a group, they have their own problems. I get it. I get it. White people has their own problems. Indian people has their own problems. Hispanic people has their own problems within their community, within their race. And I'm gonna separate the words race and community, because most people in general, yes, they could look out for one another like a community. They could work as a community, but still every man for themselves. In the end of the day, black people are the number one race to easily be influenced, lied to, sabotaged, put down, looked down upon, and kicked to the curb. And other races, or not other races, but other people that comes from different backgrounds, they don't even like doing business with black people in general, because the only thing in their eyes that they see is their stereotype. And when they see the nerdy black girl, the nerdy black guy, they are skeptical. They're skeptical. Okay, now they're skeptical of us. They try to size us up and It's just so hard for them to believe that there is another black man and a black woman out there who just carries themselves with class. Both my parents has class, and I'm a brother. I'm a black man, 100% black. Okay, I'll be considered 100% black. Not regarding the ancestry, none of that, right? I'm talking about just me being a black male. I'm black, okay? That's what people are gonna classify me as the moment they see me, okay? And at the same time, I'm secure with myself. And from my experience, I've witnessed countless of times, countless of issues and incidents that I've had with other black individuals, especially from black men. Okay? If it's on the black women's side, I would have comments or looks like, oh, he's a cornball, he's a lame, just because I talk proper and I'm trying to get myself together and I just want to carry myself a certain way. Okay? Just because I'm not the Pookie and Ray Ray, I'm not the Tyrone stereotype. I got looked down on. With black men, I'm not hood enough. I'm not cool enough. I'm a lame. I'm a nerd. But you know what's funny? As I've gotten older, now all of a sudden, black women want a successful brother, a successful black man. You know why? Because it's all about survive. It's all about making money. It's all about security. It's all about that to women, especially women who are black women in general. They're going to want security from that brother. They're going to want the nerdy black dude in the end. And then the black men, when they see another brother that's successful, there's cases where you have the ones that are very happy for you, and you have the ones that are very envious of you and jealous of you, that they go out of their way to try to sabotage your dreams, your career, or even try to rob you. This is the reason why I stay to myself. The reason being I wanted to make this video too, on top of that, is because I work for a contracting company for Mercedes-Benz. I've been with this company for a few months now, and let me tell you, honestly speaking, this is a ghetto company working for a professional company. It's a ghetto company working for a professional company. And the reason why it's ghetto and it's not put together is because management does not have themselves together, so everyone else is not going to have themselves together. They continue to hire a lot of ratchet, raggedy bums, people that does not want to think for themselves, people that has a poor work ethic. They're hiring the Pookies and Ray Rays nonstop. They don't want to do nothing. They don't want to do jack. They don't want to do their job. I currently have cases with a few of my coworkers who are just picking on me, bothering me, all because they couldn't believe that that there's a black male out there who could speak proper, where there is no way that he could be from Brooklyn, New York. Because I'm just going to be real honest with you. There is a stereotype for black people where they are so warped, so biased, so ignorant that they think that you're not black enough or you're not hood enough if you're not from certain parts or certain areas within the map of the United States. So, in their mind, for those that claims they're from Brooklyn, New York, Queens, Bronx, whatever the crap that is, right? It don't matter, right? Whatever borough or city you represent, If they find out that you're also from that area and you don't act like them, it's a problem. I've had countless and countless and countless of drama encounters just because of me just being myself. It's ignorant. It's ignorant. I've had cases of misunderstandings where I had walked around with some of my female coworkers. Some of them were white. Guess what happened? Now I'm getting dirty stares, dirty looks. Like I'm with them. Like I'm screwing them, like that's my girl or that's my wife or something. Like, and it screams insecurity. It screams insecurity from black women to see a brother or another black man get along and talk to a white woman. Like it's such a big deal. This all stems down to self-hate, racism, and yes, like I said before in one video in the past, there's black people that could be racist of white people. You can't blame and expect racism to go away if you're also contributing into the problem and keeping it alive. You know, there are black people that have such a strong hate for white people. A strong hate. And there are white people who has a strong hate for black people. Who's winning in the end? Nobody. Nobody's winning. You can't fight fire with fire. Both people is going to suffer in the end. Both people is going to get burned. Black people, as a whole, as a group, it's not going to happen. People could dream about it all they want. I've had hope in the past, but as I've gotten older, I realize it is what it is. It is what it is. There's nothing you could do about it. There's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing that your mama could do about it. Nobody can do nothing about this issue. It stems down to social media, to the hip hop culture, the stereotypes that's being influenced and encouraged and glorified and enabled for black men to act like Pookies and Ray Rays, wannabe thugs, carry guns, shoot up the clubs, kill their homies, end up in prison, waste their life. And then these same men that are wasting their lives, black women finds that are contributing into this behavior. They find that sexy. They find that hot. Oh, he's a man because he acts like this. Are you kidding me? It's all fun and games when you're young, but as you get older, trust and believe, most of these women are gonna be singing a different tune. Like, oh crap, being a single mom is hard. Being a single mom is not fun. And they're single mothers. Now, don't get me wrong. There are single mothers in the races of white women, Hispanics, Asians, Indians, you name it. Single mothers exist everywhere, right? But the alarming highest rate of single motherhood is with black people. And when you have children in a fatherless home, many times the results of the children growing up is becoming a Pookie and Ray Ray wannabe thug. Like the group of the young men on the left corner of this photo. On the left corner. Now you have more Pookies and Ray Rays being born every single day. And you know what's funny? The Pookies and Ray Rays, or the Keishas that are born from the single mother, that's the single mother's curse, because she has a daughter. Her daughter becomes like her. She has a son. Her son imitates and enables the baby father that she was into. The hood dude. Pookie, Ray Ray, Tyrone. That's who they imitate. That's who they imitate. Because the black women enabled it, because they're also corrupting themselves. They're ghetto. They're twerking it up, going to the dance clubs, looking for these same type of dudes to knock them up, create another statistic stereotype of a child who is suffering at the hands of a single mom in a broken home. You have the brothers, the black women, the black men who just want to be different. And when they try to find somebody in the black community or the black race as a whole, because we're not a community, right? When they try to find someone that thinks intellectually like them, like they have common sense, that means a common ground, values. They want to get themselves together. They want to be a doctor, a lawyer, police officer. They carry themselves properly. They speak proper, depending on how they were raised, how their parents were. They can't find anybody within the black society of America, because majority of black people that they're trying to find or even date, a lot of them turn them down because they're not good enough. They're not hood enough. Many cases, these are the same people that will get used. And one thing's for sure, these are the same black people that ends up dating outside of their race. Because the Pookies, Ray Rays, and Keishas made them feel somehow, made them feel bad to just not want to deal with them or deal with their own race at all. It just all depends. Social media plays a heavy part. The influences that's around us plays a heavy part. What we see and what we hear plays a big part. It plays a big part in this. And depending on where a black individual is from, they can't help who they're going to date. If you're nothing but around white women or white men, that's who you're most likely going to date, especially if you're a black woman or a black man. Depending on where you grew up, depending on the circumstances, stuff like that is going to happen. But in general, this is what the media created black people out to be. It's a hated cycle. Personally speaking, for me, I didn't ever want my kids being around a hood dude or a hood chick. I wouldn't want my kids to grow up in an environment where black people as a whole is not going to strive. They're just going to sit out there on the corner in the streets playing dice, smoking, drinking, gambling. For what? Just to waste their life. I don't want my kids growing up to see that, or even having a taste or experiencing that type of behavior. So you know what I did? I packed my stuff, left Brooklyn, New York with my wife after I got married. We went upstate New York, moved from there, finally moved down to South Carolina. Never looked back into moving into Brooklyn. Never have I had a thought, and there were the times when I did had a thought in moving back to the city, it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it. Other than that, This is why black people as a whole is never going to get it together. Every time when I have a white coworker, especially a white woman, who's talking to me, and there's a black woman that passes by, you best be assured, in many cases, they're going to side-eye me, think I'm a sellout. A person's facial features, body language, speaks a lot of volumes about them. It speaks a lot of volumes. It's just sad that the media has taught a lot of black women, especially, to not love themselves, not accept themselves, that blame blame the Tyrones, blame the baby daddies. Black men ain't crap. But when they see another brother who's a nerd or a lame, or a brother or a black male or a black man that they really wanted or they didn't really want, when he's with a white woman or a so-called Snow Bunny or a Becky, they feel some type of way. And it's not about that either. Look at the corruptions within black culture. Single mothers are encouraged to stay single mothers. To say things like black men ain't crap, when the black men that they're talking about is the ones that they enabled for them to shoot up the club and become a single mother. It's lame to go to church. This is how a lot of them thinks. It's an ignorant, corrupted mindset that's infecting and influencing people, black people as a whole, to bring where we are at today. It's pathetic and it's sad. This is how far we've gotten as people. If there was a war or something that was to happen, most black people, from what I'm understanding and from what I've experienced and what I've seen, a lot of them are going to be very selfish because of the division, because of the problems, because of the racism, not trusting one another. I've experienced it. I believe in equality. I believe in getting along with everybody, and I believe in that. Okay? God did not make race. God made man. God made woman. God made man. And I'm proud to say that for myself. That I have a true living God to look up to give praise to. Because at the end of the day, I'm secure with myself. And I'm going to make a video about that in the future. And I believe if all black people as a whole in America were more secure with themselves, you would see a lot more black people dominating in many fields, many careers, to make a difference to the stereotypes and what people continues to portray as black men and black women today. Not the drug dealer, not the Pookie and Ray Ray, not the Chad and Tyrone, not the Tyrones, okay? Not the wannabe thugs, the dudes who showing off their pistols, their guns, talking about ops or the cops that's on them, bragging about going to prison, bragging about being from Brooklyn and acting hard and fitting a stupid, ignorant, behind stereotype. It all screams ignorance. Lack of education is not something to be proud of. Lack of money is not something to be proud of. Having criminal records on your back is not something to be proud of and glorify. But who's enabling it? Hood chicks. Women who are corrupted, because there's other groups of women who are also corrupted. It's not just a black issue. But I'm talking about this because right now this is a black issue. I've had people who hated on me. I have people right now today that still has a problem with me, who are even jealous of me just for being me. I believe that anybody could get along with anybody. I believe in only good and evil. I don't see a person's skin complexion. I don't see a person's race. I look at the person's character. I look at if the person has a good heart or an evil heart. That's all I see. That's all I see. Yes, I believe in diversity because God made it all of us. Nobody is special or better than the other. That's how I see it. But the rest of the world who are stuck in their ways, especially black people as a whole, many of the times and many of them has a different mindset. It stems down to ignorance. And I keep away from drama like the plague. I avoid black people who is nothing but trouble and nothing but drama. And I only be around the people who actually has better sense, intellectual sense to be able to understand the problems, the stereotypes, and just get by to just talk normal. No hate, just full on respect. And this is what we need to get by as a society, to grow and do better. Because a lot of people out there needs to do better and has to do better. Or else they're not going to be happy. They're not. Anyways, that's all I got to say. This is Casual Talk here. Peace out. Let me know what you think.